Is clear to all of you guys? Right? Right, sir. Nice. So now check it what we completed in the last session. Just I given syllabus content, what I'm going to be covered. Then after that, I given some prerequisites and some content. Then overall, introductory part I given there in the Friday, the last class. Now today onwards, we are going to start our content here. Already we have taken some introduction part. On Saturday, already we have taken some introduction part regarding this. What introduction here we have taken there. All of you observe carefully. Give some answers to me. If you want to prepare any enterprise application, what layers here we have to prepare? Please respond from all of you guys. If you want to prepare any enterprise application, what exactly the layers here we have to prepare there? Overall, 3 layers here we are able to prepare. Overall, 3 layers here we prepared. 3 layers here we are preparing. No, what are the 3 layers here we are able to prepare there? Now, the first one is like what the presentation layer. Next one is business layer, and the next one is like what the persistence layer. Okay, that's it. Next one is for this presentation layer requirements here we already understood. It is an entry point for the users to access application. It will improve look and feel, and it will take data from users and to submit data to the application. It performs data validations, and to prepare this presentation layer, presentation logic here we are going to use to prepare this presentation logic. The set of technologies here we are using there. What are the set of technologies here we are using there? Like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and so on and so on and so on. All we are able to use. Next one is after that business layer. It's the heart of the enterprise application where we will define all business rules and regulations of the client. What exactly the client requirement is available that we are going to implement inside this particular one. Next one is after completion of this, to prepare this business layer, business logic here we are going to write where session beans and Java beans or maybe some other content here we are able to use. Different things here we are able to use. Depends on our requirement clearly. Next one is what next one you know persistence layer. Persistence layer here we are able to provide. Persistence layer here we are able to prepare. Then what's the main intention of this persistence layer here? The main intention of this persistence layer is to the main intention of this persistence layer is to interact with the database to perform database operations. The main intention of persistence layer is to interact with the database to perform database operations. That's the main intention here. Right, sir. To prepare this persistence layer, persistence logic here we are going to use. To prepare this persistence logic here we are using some technologies. What technologies here we are using there? Maybe JDBC or NTDBs or hibernate or JPA and so on and so on. So many things here we are able to use. Fine. Then after that, after completion of this, what next one here given there? Right, so now here we provided like what there data persistence definition I'm telling you. What is the definition of this data persistence? No, representing data permanently in backend systems. Representing data permanently in backend systems is called as what there data persistence. To achieve data persistence in enterprise applications, we will use the following technologies or tools. What are the various technologies or tools here we are able to use there? First one is serialization and deserialization. Next one is the JDBC. Next one is what there ORM tools. In ORM tools like entity beans or hibernate JP or OpenJP and so on and so on and so on. So many things here we are able to discuss. Okay, fine. Clear this content, guys. After completion of this, now today we are going to understand like what there data persistence through serialization and deserialization. That you are going to understand first. Data persistence through serialization and deserialization. Observe carefully what we are able to get it. What is the meaning of serialization, guys? First of all, understand it now. How the serialization and deserialization is required here. Then what exactly is the meaning here? Now try to understand it now. Right, so the point is very much clear. The process of separating data. The process of separating data from an object. The process of separating data from an object is called as serialization. For example, what is the meaning of deserialization? You know, the process of reconstructing an object on the basis of the data. The process of reconstructing an object on the basis of the data is called as deserialization. Let's understand this point clearly. The process of separating data from an object is called serialization. The process of reconstructing an object on the basis of the data is called as deserialization. Everybody understand my point clearly? Serialization and deserialization. But how we are able to do this? Okay, fine. Now in the serialization, understand my point, guys. What I'm telling. In the serialization, after separating the data, we will store. After separating the data, we will store that. We will store the data in a flat file. In a flat file, like any text file or whatever it may be, anything here. In a flat file here, we are able to maintain the data. Whatever the data we separated in serialization, we'll maintain the data in a flat file. Good. Okay, then after separating the data will be maintained in a flat file. That's okay. In a deserialization, we will get serialized data. We will get what there serialized data from the flat file, and we will perform deserialization. And will perform what they know deserialization. In the serialization of separating data, we will store the data in a flat file. In a deserialization, we will get serialized data from the flat file, and we will perform deserialization clearly. Deserialization operation here we are able to perform. Right. So this is exactly the meaning of like what I'm telling to you, serialization and deserialization. But how we are able to achieve the serialization and deserialization in JDSC applications? How we are able to achieve data persistency? How we are able to achieve data persistence in serialization and deserialization? So that I want to show some diagram here. Through the diagram, I'm going to use some steps also, by that we are able to get some clarity. Now let's check this clearly. What I'm telling here, guys, observe carefully. Now I'll take one simple diagram. Let me check. Let me save this one. Hibernate 10 a.m. Say for example, enterprise application architecture. Guys, understand this. I want to show some diagram here. The clear cut information I'll provide for data persistency here. Try to recognize this. For example, this is my file. What file it is? No, abc.txt. Some text file. Any file we can take, no problem here. But now, as of now, I'm taking like what there a text file here we have taken. Okay. Next one is after that. After that. Now, what is my requirement here? Here I'm going to prepare a Java program. This is Java application. Okay. Now, then after that, what next one here? I'm going to take one object. Which object here we are going to take? Here, employee object here I want to take. Employee object here we want to take. Employee object. Inside this employee object, envo is equal to 111. Name is equal to a, and ESR is equal to 5000. Data is available here inside this employee object. That's it. Understand it clearly. Fine. Now, the point here, what I'm telling there, if you want to serialize any object in Java applications, if you want to serialize any object, first of all, that object must be eligible for serialization. First, that object must be eligible for what there? Serialization. When an object is eligible for serialization, or by default all objects are eligible for serialization or not? Or all these objects are eligible for serialization or not deserialization? Right. If you observe this point, your answer is very clear. In Java applications, observe carefully. If you want to serialize any object, first we have to check whether that object is eligible for serialization or not. First, we have to check whether this object is eligible for serialization or not. Right, sir. When an object is eligible for serialization, no, first we have to understand if the object is not eligible for serialization, then make that object eligible for serialization and deserialization, and make that object eligible for serialization and deserialization. Guys, all of you are getting my points now? What exactly the point here I'm telling to you? Before going to perform serialization and deserialization over an object, first we have to check whether that object is eligible for serialization or not. How we are going to check whether this object is eligible for serialization or not now? Okay, then I will check it. I will provide the process here. If that object is already eligible for serialization, then perform serialization. If that object is not eligible for serialization, make that object eligible for serialization. Make that object eligible for what their serialization. Make that object eligible for what their serialization. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Guys, I'm not getting any response from all of you. Please at least give some response to me. All of you following my points or not? Please, all of you, say something. No response. Yeah, nice. Okay. Right. Nice, guys. That's fine. Now, here, if you want to serialize any object, first you have to check whether that object is eligible for serialization or not. If that object is not eligible for serialization, then make that object eligible for serialization and deserialization. But how we are able to make eligible an object? How we are able to make an object eligible for serialization? How it's possible? Right. To make eligible any object for serialization, simply we must implement java.io.serializable marker interface in the respective class. Whose objects we want to serialize in the respective class, we must implement what's that interface they know, java.io.serializable marker interface. Guys, I'm asking one question to you now. Tell me, what is this marker interface? What is this marker interface? What is the meaning of this marker interface now? To make eligible any object for serialization, simply we must implement java.io.serializable marker interface in the respective class. Then what is this marker interface here? All right, sir. The answer is very clear. Note, marker interface is a Java interface. It doesn't have methods, abstract methods only. Doesn't have abstract methods. Doesn't have methods. But by implementing it, it will provide some eligibilities or some abilities. It will provide some abilities to the object at runtime. Mark interface is a Java interface. It doesn't have methods. It doesn't have any business methods. No business is going to be happen with this. But by implementing it, it will provide some abilities to the object at runtime. All right, sir. Then what's the point here I'm telling you? No example here I'm telling to you. In Java, by default, all objects are not eligible for serialization and deserialization. In Java, by default, all objects are not eligible for serialization and deserialization. When objects are eligible for serialization and deserialization here, when any object, if any object implements serializable marker interface, then only the respective object is eligible for serialization. That means when marker interface is implemented, when marker interface is implemented, what's that marker interface? Java.io.serializable, then only that object is eligible for what their serialization. That we have to understand clearly. Right, sir. When we close the class, the object will get destroyed. If you want to use that class without creating separate, no. It's not like that. That case may be a different case. Now the context of this serialization is what there. Just we want to see class might be available, sir. Once the class is existed here, whenever we are at runtime there, class loading is going to be happen. After that class chapter is completed, but everything we are going to deal with objects only. So data is available inside the object. So the data here we want to separate from the object. Then further we are able to perform some serialization. Okay. Then after that I want to reconstruct an object on the base of the data. Then that is called as like what the deserialization. Say for example, guys, understand it. One example I'm telling you. One simple example. I think everybody will understand it. Listen carefully. Guys, time to time, if you give response, then I will give one example. But your answers must be required. Time to time, you have to give answers for me. Yes, all of you ready? Some people are getting confusion. What exactly the meaning of this? All of you ready? One example I'm telling you. Time to time. Okay. Right, understand it. I think all of you might be aware about watermelon fruit. Right? Am I right? Please say yes or no whenever I'm asking questions there. Watermelon fruit. Right. What is there inside the watermelon fruit? Some seeds and flesh. Am I right or not? Yeah, seeds and flesh. Inside the watermelon, seeds and flesh both are available. Am I right or not? Okay, fine. All right, sir. I have a requirement. For example, I had watermelon field this year. I had very good watermelon fruits. So I send all the watermelons to the market. Anyway, then business is going on very good. Next, what happened? Some of my relatives are staying at USA, America. One fine day they asked to me, Arey, then we want to see the taste of your watermelon, what you generated in your field. Why don't you send that watermelon to US? Yes, sir. Are you following or not? My friend asked to me, one of my relatives asked to me, why don't you send one watermelon to US? So we want to see the taste of it. Following or not? Time to time, you have to say yes or no. Okay? Right. And then what happened? I thought of it. I want to send that watermelon to my US friend. And then what I have to do? Then one of my another friend from the same village, he's moving to US. He got some MS admission in a college. No, then he's moving to the US with the same location where my relatives are staying. Okay. Then I thought of it. I want to send that watermelon fruit through him to my relatives now. Then one fine day, I've taken 10 kgs of watermelon fruit. I given the 10 kgs of watermelon fruit to my friend who is moving to the US. As usual, then he got that watermelon fruit. He went to the airport. Then he went to the airport in the check-in process now. In the check-in process now, the custom officers are not allowing him to bring that watermelon fruit into the flight. Is it possible to bring watermelon fruit in the flight? Guys, you have to give answers for it. Everybody, respond for me. Okay, then anyway, assume it. My friend is trying to get that watermelon fruit into the airport, but in the check-in process, custom officers have identified that watermelon fruit. They stopped him. Then you're not supposed to bring this watermelon fruit along with you in a flight. Like this, they're giving some restrictions to him. Then immediately made a call to me. Array, then I try to get it inside the airport, but people are not allowing me to take this watermelon fruit through airport, through flight. So what I have to do? He asked to me. Then immediately I give him one idea to him. What's the idea I give him there? Immediately, right away, whatever the watermelon fruit you're having, immediately break that watermelon. Break that watermelon fruit. In watermelon fruit, seeds are available. Separate the seeds. And flush is there. They try to distribute the flush to everybody, even to the custom officers also. Okay, try to distribute that watermelon fruit flush to everybody there. But separate seeds. Seeds we have to take separate. Take all the seeds of that watermelon in a packet. Take one pocket. Then where we have to keep that all the watermelon seeds and distribute that flush to everybody. They can enjoy it. He has done the same thing. Then he has taken that watermelon seeds there. Then after that, he went inside the airport and he went inside the flight. And then might be traveled to USA. Then when he reached to my friends at USA, again he made a call to me. Are they're asking watermelon fruit, but you are sending seeds now? Then what I have to do? Then made a call to me. Then immediately I give him one idea to him. Give the seeds to them. Give the seeds to them. Then immediately I'll make a call to my relatives. I said to them, so I'm sending seeds to you. Say my field seeds only. Take the seeds, have plantation over the seeds, and get a watermelon tree and get a watermelon fruit. It's a matter of 20 to 25 days of time. You're able to get the craft and have plantation of the seeds there. Then where we are able to get watermelon tree, from that watermelon tree, get watermelon. Now see the taste of it, guys. All of you are understanding what I'm saying to you? How to send watermelon through flight? This is a question, right, sir? At Hyderabad, when I send that watermelon fruit, but custom officers are not allowed. Then immediately what I have done there, just I separated seeds. Just only I send the seeds through the flight. Okay, at opposite side, what happened there? Whenever I submitted the seeds to my relatives, no, they had plantation over the seeds and they are getting again watermelon or not. Again at watermelon or not. At Hyderabad airport, we broken that watermelon fruit and we separated the seeds. This is exactly called as a serialization. This process is called as what there? Serialization. And at the US airport, what happened there? Yes, my relatives home. What happened there? No, they had seeds. On the base of the seeds, they are getting watermelon fruit or not. They have plantation over the seeds, and finally they got watermelon fruit or not. Then that is called as what their deserialization. That is what their deserialization. At my relatives' house at USA, deserialization was happened. Now at Hyderabad airport, serialization was happened. Understand my point here? So actually, think of it. Watermelon fruit is nothing but object. Inside this object seeds is nothing but data. Object to object is not possible to transfer in the network. Flight service is nothing but protocol or network, whatever it may be. Entire object to object is not possible to transfer in the network. Not possible here. Rather, we can transfer data of that object. Entire object is not possible to transfer in the network, but instead of that, we can separate the data. We can separate the data, and we can transfer the data through the network. Not possible to send an object. Object is nothing but memory block. How can you send that memory block over the network? No, not possible here. So there, what we have to do now? There we have to separate the data. Only we are able to transfer over the network. So to transfer the data over the network, first we have to separate the data from the object or not. To separate the data from the object, then we have to call it as like what there. Then we have to call it as what there? Serialization. Right, the object is converted into byte stream or non-byte stream, that doesn't matter. Just separating the data from an object is called as serialization. On the basis of the data, reconstructing an object is called as what there? Deserialization. Yes, guys, all of you get my point or not? No response, guys. All of you understand the example what I said to you? Right, nice. Now let's move on to the content here. Yeah, let's move on to the content here. In Java, by default, all objects are not eligible for serialization or deserialization. Only the objects which are implementing java.io. Serializable interface are eligible for serialization and deserialization. Also carefully, for example, I'm going to take like what their class employee. This class employee implements serializable. Class employee implements serializable. Then some content is available. So here employee object is eligible for serialization. That's the point here I'm telling you. That's okay, guys. Now do this one. Okay, fine. Then after that, then what next one here? Then after that, after completion of this particular one, then what process can we have to follow? Then finally we understood whether this object is eligible for serialization or not. If it is not eligible, then make that object eligible for serialization. That's okay, good, nice. Then after that, after completion of this, right, sir. Next one is like what I'm telling you after completion of this. How the serialization and deserialization is going to be happen? How serialization and deserialization is going to be happen? Observe carefully. In Java, to perform, guys, understand my point. To perform serialization and deserialization, Java to perform serialization and deserialization, Java has provided the following two byte-oriented streams. What are the two byte-oriented streams are provided here? One is one is one is object output stream. One is object output stream. Another one is like what there? What is the other one here? Object input stream. Object input stream. Now this object output stream is for what there? Serialization purpose. Object input stream is for what purpose? They know for deserialization purpose. Okay. One is for what there? Object output stream is for serialization. Object input stream is for what they know? Deserialization. Okay. Then that's the point here I'm telling you. The other two things here we can understand clearly. Okay. Good. Nice. Then after that, after completion of this particular one, how we are able to perform serialization and deserialization here? Let us think about this diagram here. Now here, employee object is available. This is already eligible for serialization. Okay, fine. Step number one: create a object output stream object. Create what they know? Object output stream. First of all, create object output stream from Java application. Okay, right. So how we are able to create it now? Object output stream OS is equal to new object output stream. Observe carefully. Here we required target. Here we required what they know? Target. Target here we required. Observe carefully. So because of that reason here, what I'm telling there, before creating this object output stream, first of all, what I'm telling there, create a file output stream. Create what there? File output stream that we have to create now. That means first of all, here we have to create file output stream. First we have to create what they know? File output stream here. Why? Because we have to make ready the target file. This is file output stream here we have to create. Okay, whenever we are creating file output stream, even though that file is not available, abc.exe, automatically here we are able to get that file. Okay, right, sir. Automatically here we are able to get the required file. File output stream here we are getting. Nice. After that, after preparing this file output stream, then here we have to create what there? Object output stream here we have to create. Right, sir. Now this is like what I'm telling to you. Like this. Now this is what I'm telling you, object output stream. So first here, what we have to create, create file output stream to make ready target file. After separating data from the object, we have to keep the data in a particular file or not? Definitely, we have to keep the data in a particular file. Okay, that's why we have to create a file output stream first. File output stream FS is equal to new file output stream of abc.txt. File output stream is created. Just create object output stream, but in the parameter, but in the constructor of the object output stream, we have to pass what they know file output stream. We have to pass what they know file output stream. File output stream here we have to create. Okay, nice. Now object output stream OS is equal to new object output stream of FS. That's okay, fine. Now this is second step here. Object output stream is created. Whenever object output stream is created, which is already connected with the file output stream, simply write this employee object to object output stream. Write this employee object to what there? Object output stream. Whenever we write this employee object to object output stream, yeah, this is employee object. And what data is available here? No. ENY is equal to 111. ENAME is equal to AAA. And ESAL is equal to 5000. The data is available. Now here, object output stream is performing the required serialization. Object output stream is performing the required serialization here. That means it is separating the data from the object. ENY is equal to 111. ENAME is equal to AAA. And ESAL is equal to 5000. It is separating the data. Yeah, just give a minute of guys, right now taking 1 minute gap, don't worry. Now here what happened, right now here data is separated from object. Now here this is the data. Now whenever this data is available, automatically the data will come to file output stream. Automatically the data will come to like what their file output stream in the form of like what their zeros and ones. Byte variant stream, sir. File output stream is what their byte variant stream. Automatically the data will come in the form of bytes only. Now the total data will come to the text file internally. The text conversion is going on here. File output stream will do that internally. Then finally the data will come to the text file in the form of like what their data directly. What data is available here? NO is equal to 111 and E name is equal to AAA and E cell is equal to 5000 and different symbols. We are able to get the data. But finally the data is available inside like what there inside the text file. Guys, all of you get my point or not? Yeah, now okay, what we have to do there after completion, after getting this object output stream, third one is like what there, write serializable object only, right? Serializable object in now, right? Serializable object to do object output stream. For the purpose here, what instruction here we are going to use there? OS dot write off EMP. Employee object is already existed here. EMP that we are able to do. Now here, what happened there when we write this one? When we send object employee object to object output stream, when we send employee object to object output stream, when we send employee object to object output stream, what object output stream will do there? Object output stream will perform serialization over the data, and object output stream will send that serialized data. Okay, write objects, nothing. Write objects. Okay, method might be anything, sir. No need to worry for it. That object output stream will send serialized data to the flat file. That means text file or flat file through file output stream. Through file output stream. Right? All of you get my point here? What I'm telling you clearly? Okay, fine. Now this is exactly like what there. The serialization. This is totally serialization here. Okay. This is what is like what there. Serialization here we can understand. Right. Fine. Then after that, what's the meaning of deserialization, guys? Serialization here we understood that's okay. Then what's the meaning of deserialization here? No? Serialized data is available. Serialized data is available. Okay. When serialized data is available here, on the basis of the data, we have to recreate an object, reconstruct an object. So what I have to do there? Observe carefully. First here, what we have to do there? First, I'm trying to get a file input stream object. We have to create. What we have to create there? No, file input stream. Why? Because we have to get data from text file, and the data we have to use inside the Java program. So here we have to create what is the file input stream. This is file input stream. So first of all, what's the step number 1 here? To perform deserialization. Deserialization steps. First one is create a file input stream object with the text file, flat file, where that serialized data is existed. File input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of abc.txt. Right, file input stream object is created. Then what next one here? Whenever we created this file input stream, automatically whatever the data which is available in the text file, the total data will come to what they know this particular file input stream. Automatically, this total data will come to like what their file input stream. As we here, the data is still available in the form of like what their binary representations only. Fine. Now the data is available in what they know file input stream. But still, we have to perform deserialization here. No? To perform this deserialization here, what we have to do there? Now try to understand it. No. Then now here to perform this still deserialization is not performed. To perform deserialization, now here we have to create. Now we have to create object input stream clearly. We have to create what they know object input stream here. We have to create. Observe carefully. Here we are going to create what their object input stream. Here we have to create like what their object input stream. When data is available file input stream, automatically the data will come to object input stream. The data will be available in the form of like what they know same as is ENY is equal to 111, E name is equal to AAA, then what next one here? E cell is equal to 5000 as is the data is available here. Okay, fine, no problem. So whenever data is available, then on the basis of this data, object has to be created. On the basis of this data, object has to be created. Now here, object will be regenerated. This object output stream will do this. Object input stream will do this. We are not going to do any separate action here. Object input stream will do this conversion here. It will reconstruct an object on the basis of the data. Now deserialized object is ready for us. Deserialized object is ready for us. Whenever deserialized object is available, that we have to read from the object input stream. We have to read from what the object input stream. How it able to read now? That's here we are able to read this from object and input stream. To write an object into the object output stream, OYS dot write object of EMP. Okay. Next one, to read an object from the object input stream, here we are able to use the method like what there. EMP is equal to OIS dot read object method. Right. This intersection here we are able to use. Automatically here we are able to get the deserialized object. When we are getting deserialized object, then we are able to use that object for our requirements. Java applications we are able to use that. Okay. Now in the steps here, what I'm telling you, file input stream here we created. Next, number 2, create a object input to stream with a file input to stream. Now here, what is actually object input to stream? OS is equal to new object input stream of FIS. Object input stream OS is equal to new object input stream of FIS. That's what we are getting. Right. Then what next one here? After that, here object input to stream is able to perform deserialization and it will generate object, deserialized object. Whenever deserialized object is ready, then what is the next step now? Read object from object input stream. That's the third step. Now for this purpose, what we are able to do there, employee EMP is equal to object input stream dot read object method. Even this read object method is returning in the form of object type. There, what we require here, type passing is also required. Type passing is required. Right. So this is like what I'm telling there, object input stream dot read object method. By this case, we are able to perform like what there, deserialization process. Is that all of you getting my points or not? Finally, here what we understood there, serialization, deserialization here we understood clearly. In this diagram, this process is called as what they know, serialization. This process is called as what they know, deserialization. Guys, all of you please respond for me. Here the serialized data was stored in a flat file or not? Here the serialized data was stored in a flat file or not? Okay. That flat file is what their temporary storage area, permanent storage area. That's what for me. abc.txt contains our serialized data. What is this actually? Is it a temporary storage area, permanent storage area? That means it's a file or not? That file is what there? File is a permanent or not? The file system is a permanent storage area or not? Hard disk, am I right or not? Hard disk. Okay, now done. It's a permanent storage area. In the permanent storage area, we store the data permanently or not? Until and unless you are disturbing the data won't be disturbed. Okay. So until and unless you are deleting the data won't be deleted. Right. So finally, the data is what there? Permanently, the data is stored. When data is stored permanently in the flat file system, no, automatically their data persistency we are able to achieve or not? Then automatically we are able to achieve data persistency or not? Right. So because of this reason, we can understand this. This is like what I'm telling to you. One of the data persistence mechanism. This is one of the data persistence mechanism. Right. So finally, what I'm telling you, in the above, serialization and deserialization. Serialization, we store data in a flat file permanently from Java application. So here we achieved data persistence. Here we achieved data persistence. Right. So now this is what exactly the meaning of this data persistency through serialization and deserialization. Good, nice guys. Then here I want to go for one more question. What's the question here? Some drawbacks are available with this mechanism. Now try to understand this drawbacks clearly. Guys, my question is, can I use directly serialization and deserialization in enterprise applications for data persistence? Please respond to me. Can I use directly serialization and deserialization mechanism for data persistence? As a data persistence solution, can I use the serialization and deserialization in enterprise applications? If it is the case, what is the requirement to go for databases and JDBs and all these concepts? No. Try to understand this point clearly. So the point is what there? It is not suitable for enterprise applications. It's not suitable for enterprise applications. It's not suitable for enterprise applications. Understand it clearly? It may be suitable for simple standalone applications. It may be simple for standalone applications. Okay, then this is one point what I'm telling you. Externalization is not required, sir. The serialization is sufficient, but externalization is not required. No, actually, my requirement is what there. Data persistency through serialization, deserialization, what I've taken there. That initial step about this data persistency I've taken, but we never use this concept in the future. I have to move towards what the ORM tools. Why we need to go for ORM tools? So as part of that, I'm discussing about this data persistency through serialization and deserialization. I'm telling it, but externalization is not required. Customization over serialization, deserialization is not required. Okay, it's not suitable for enterprise applications. It may be suitable for simple standalone applications. Even in standalone applications, also not right option. This is not the right option here. Okay. Then another point here I'm telling you guys. Try to understand it. What is another point here I'm telling you? We must use byte-oriented streams. We must use byte-oriented streams in serialization and deserialization. Okay, then it is supporting for only byte-oriented data, not supporting for other data. Yes, am I right? Not supporting for other data, but I don't know. Maybe in some situations I may go for some other data, not only byte-oriented data. Some other data also here we have to serialize. We have to persistence. We have to make the data persistent. Some other data also, not only the serialized data, not only byte-oriented data. Some other data also I want to go for. I want to store permanently. There serialization, deserialization is not applicable, not worthwhile. Okay, this is one point. Point number 3. Observe carefully. Yeah, images data. Okay, image data is like what is somewhat binary data only, bytes only. But apart from that, some for example, now observe carefully. With serialization and deserialization, what database operations can we are able to perform? So now tell me. With serialization and deserialization, what database operations can we are able to perform? Any answer? Max storing the data into the text file. Next one is what they're driving the data from text file. Only these two operations only. With serialization and deserialization, we are able to perform only insert and read operations only. Not possible to perform what? Not possible to perform updations and deletions. And so not possible to perform updations and deletions. You know. Guys, all of you are getting my point clearly? What is it you? Updations and deletions are not possible. Only like what the max, what we are able to perform, insertion and read operations only. Remaining operations are not possible. Okay, that's it. Next one is like what there. Query language support is not existed. So database operations are complex. Let's understand it. Query language support is not existed. So database operations are complex. Okay, this is one point you can understand. Then people are asking one question continuously. Serialization not possible for static members. Why, sir? I'm asking one question. Try to answer for it. Now serialization is going on with object or not? Serialization will be performed over the object or not? Say yes or no. That is, serialization will be performed over the object data or not? Serialization will be performed over the object data or not? Say yes or no. Yes. Where static variables data will be stored? Static variables data will be stored inside the object and outside of the object. Yes. Where static variables data will be stored inside the object and outside of the object. Outside the object. That's fine. Answer is very clear. Serialization is going on over the object data, but serialization is not going on over the outside of the object data. So static data will be stored in outside of the object. So where's the chance of performing serialization over the static data? Okay. That's it. If you want to block any variable not to participate in serialization, simply use that variable. Declare that variable as a transient. Declare that variable as what? A transient. Automatically, that variable is not going to be participated in the serialization. That is another point. Okay. Yeah, serialization is not applicable for static members. Note for that. Serialization is not possible for what? Static members. Right. Next one. After completion of this particular part, majorly these are the various problems here we can identify the drawbacks with what the serialization and deserialization. Okay. The next content will be like what there. What's the next content here? Follow carefully. Yes. Now, data persistence through JDBC, Java database connectivity. Okay. Right. So now, anyway, this topic I will discuss this separately. Tomorrow I'll discuss about this topic there, guys. And one, just wait. All of you wait here. Let me